grandfather grew up in Stockholm. He was actually born in 1900, and then he worked on tour ships, and he ended up in Melbourne in 1924, I think it was, and that's where he stayed. He actually never went back to Stockholm or to Sweden. So he is a boat person. There was one relative who wrote to us every Christmas from when I was born, so I didn't actually get to Sweden until I was 26, so for 26 years he wrote a letter every year. So he was a connection, and when I went to Stockholm for the first time, I met him, but also a wider range of family, who by coincidence weren't classical musicians, but were folk musicians and sang in choirs.
I grew up in a small country town in the beautiful province of Småland. Småland is famous for IKEA glassware like Kostaboda, Orrefors. Music though wasn't very big in my country town, but there was one teacher who taught several instruments, and one of them was guitar.
We met in Sydney in 1986, but that was just before I was to go to Europe for 3 years. And then when I got back, we started playing together and have been playing together for 25 years.
Anyone who plays classical guitar will sooner or later come across music transcribed from the lute to classical guitar. I thought, I wonder what this really sounded like in Shakespeare's time. As soon as I had a chance, I put in an order for a lute from a Swedish lute maker and started teaching myself the lute. For a while I played classical guitar and lute side by side, but sooner or later I think you have to make a choice, because classical guitar you play with fingernails and the technique is quite different for the right hand, while the lute is usually played with the fingertips. So in 1983 I cut my nails off and became a lutenist.